This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get the new customer offer in your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/ATM. That's mintmobile.com/ATM.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent of $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigs on the unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Hello, everybody. Welcome to At This Moment with Jim Jefferies and Amos Gill. On a very special week, Jim's special is out. Please watch it. Recommend it to friends. Jim, you must be happy with that, the way it's gone. You're rating all over the world.
It's going well. It's rating all over the world. If you enjoy the special, come and catch me in Europe where we're doing The Son of a Carpenter tour. A lot of people have been writing to me saying, is it going to be the same material? No, it is not. It's a whole new show. So enjoy the special and then come to the tour.
I am going to be in Nashville. I'm leaving Edinburgh, finally getting out of Scotland. Nashville, 22nd, 23rd at Zanies. Come down and see me there. But on today's podcast, Jim and I discussed some crazy new laws in the UK, a moral dilemma facing the Australian sporting public, and we also found out which one of us had the most attractive feet. Enjoy.
All right, welcome everybody. Sit back, enjoy yourself. We're going to take care of you for the next hour. You just sit back and enjoy. This is your special time. Put some candles on, run a bath.
50 minutes
Have a
is
wank.
what I'm going to give you tonight. Not an hour, 50. Because I got to get back out there. It's the final night for me. I want to go get hammered. So come on, speed it along.
Amos is still at the Edinburgh Festival. He's about to come back to LA tomorrow. He has, and then we're ducking off to Europe. Our next podcast you hear will be
We'll finally be together.
Yeah, we'll finally be together.
Can I just quickly say, you're going to talk about your Netflix special. Can I just give everyone a little bit of Schadenfreude for my career tonight?
Yes, Amos hasn't had a good night in the comedy clubs.
So I finished yesterday my run, and I had a great run, and so many ATM people, so many ass-to-mouthers, as we call them, came out and listened to my show, and they were bloody awesome people from all over the world. And I left on a high, and I'm sure you've done this before, Jim. You go, you know what? I've got one more night. I'll add an extra show because maybe I hadn't tested the demand entirely.
I was in London going to see Oasis, having my first trip without doing comedy in my entire life. And I still thought, I'll check out that comedy club. And I went down there and fucking died. Yes. I don't know why we have to chase performing. Can't we just have a good time? You could have had a lovely night off tonight.
Well,
seen some shows. You could have had some drinks.
Yep.
You could have hung out with old friends that you're not going to see for a long time. But what did you choose to do?
I added a show, and it went up at 3 p.m. at a tiny corner pub. Now, it is a pub that Billy Connolly started as a musician in, and I was like, I'll do my show in there. It's called the Waverley Hotel.
That's how these places get you, though. They go, I remember them saying, like, in comedy clubs when I moved to England, Eddie Izzard used to get up on this stage. Yes, of course he did. He wasn't born famous.
Yeah, he was really shit for a while.
You go here. Oh, the Beatles used to perform here. Yes, before they were famous. Yes, it doesn't mean anything.
So, yeah, Michael Jackson was born in this hospital. All right. I'm not going to spend my lunch break there.
You might catch pedophilia.
So I put it on, and I think we'd sold 8 tickets. And I was like, at 6:30 p.m., and everyone said, just do it. And a few mates turn up. And then a couple of other comedians I respect turn up. And so there's 13 people. And I'm pissed off that I even have to do this.
And let me get up. You made the fatal error of walking on stage and resenting the people who bought the tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Where you meant to like those people. You meant to hate the empty seats, not the full seats. But for some reason, I've done this as well. You walk out the Edinburgh Festival, there's 8 cunts there, and you're like this. Oh, why do I fucking bother?
Well, I was saying to everyone, could be getting pissed right now. So anyway, thanks for coming. Where were you the other nights? It's stupid to come here now. Anyway, I'm eating ass. I'm bombing so bad. And it's just like a flat energy. I'm trying my best. And I just, I have this feeling of resignment. Like, it's been 5 minutes, 55 more, and we can get out of here. And as I'm just moving into the material, the door opens and my American manager walks in with someone from Netflix. And he's decided to surprise me. Yeah, come down and watch the young fella. He's working the room. He's got a brand new hour.
You can't say that your management didn't do their job.
So I'm now immediately sweating. Like I'm in a puddle of back sweat, sweat like you can't imagine.
The smelliest of all the sweat of the fear sweat. The one when you get caught in a lie or when you're in a high pressure situation, the fear sweat, the worst of them all.
And it's so hard to go from telling the audience, I don't care. And I'm not doing the worst, but I'm doing a lot of who gives a shit, I'm tired, we'll just talk through the new stuff. To all of a sudden I'm like, so anyway, you guys ever noticed this about, you remember the Vikings? You know, I go into like, I want it too much mode. So the bombing's getting worse.
Did you start bragging? You know, like this whole run's, you know, been sold out, but it's just nice to have a small crowd where I can actually get to chat. You know, it's not like when I go to Adelaide or Melbourne and I sell out and we have to actually add show. We did add this show but it's, you know, we just didn't advertise it. But anyway, I'm just happy you guys are here.
So when I get off, I come over and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he goes to me, man, everyone's seen people struggle. We could see the material was pretty good that you're working on there, the new stuff.
They can't. They all say they can and they fucking can't. Every time someone goes, I can see. And if someone, did they ever say this one? And the people, they weren't laughing. I think it's because they were paying attention. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they were just laughing on the inside. Well, how come they laughed on the outside for the good stuff that always works?
Yeah.
How come every time I dipped into the old material, they seemed to find a way to express it?
I didn't want to laugh too loud because I didn't want to miss a word you were going to say.
So this was the joke that I said. This is a line that only works if the show's going well. I go, you know, racism, it's a complex issue. Actually, no, it's a complexion issue.
That's funny.
And this woman goes like this. She goes, ooh. And that sound, ooh, just got me, man. I was like, fuck this. So no Netflix special for me, but from my Netflix special that isn't going to happen to a man who has got a Netflix special, what's it like to have a special and receive criticism on the internet? I'm sure it's just as fun.
I tell you what, this special's actually done better than my last two specials, and
congrats. You're number one in Lithuania, I saw.
Number one in Lithuania. I've been number two in Australia all week, and I stayed in the top 10 in America, and I stayed in the top 5 in Canada for a week. So it's pretty cool, you know. But you know, look, it's arguably done better than my last couple of specials, and I thought this might be not go as well as the other two. I thought I was sort of done for. I thought it was going to go in the same motion, but I've had a little uptick in the career. But okay, so you get the whole, this is the worst special I've ever seen. You've lost it. I used to be a fan. What do you mean I used to be a fan? Just say I'm a fan. I didn't like this one. Why do you have to say you used to be a fan?
It's so 0 and 1. It's like binary. It's like I am not.
Yeah, it's like I haven't bought the last Paul McCartney albums. I still acknowledge the Beatles are good. You know what I mean? I haven't stopped being a fan because I didn't like his last fucking album. You know, I didn't like the one that he dedicated to the woman without the foot. You know what I mean? So it's like, my point is, stop saying you used to be a fan. Just go, not your best work, in my opinion. Fucking, and then watch the old special, cunt. Right? Yeah. But there's a lot of, I used to be a fan, and then a few people, this is your best special you've ever done. Thank fuck. This is the best one since Alcohol Holocaust. And then the other ones were shit. So you can't please everyone. But what I have enjoyed, the criticism I have enjoyed, normally I don't enjoy criticism, funny that, but the criticism I have enjoyed is the angry Johnny Cash fans are fucking, they're ropeable, right?
Well, I knew this would be the case. But I've got some feedback in Edinburgh from people going, what's his issue with Buddy Cash?
Well, this is the whole thing. You get done for gun control. You get done for mentioning Trump. You get done for mentioning some things like healthcare stuff. These are things that I've been threatened about before. These are things that people have been super angry with me. And I thought, you know what? In this special, I'm not going to mention Trump. I think the whole world's over. There's too much news going on. They don't need my opinion on top of opinions. I'm not going to mention Israel, Palestine. I'm not going to. I said I'm going to have a little dig at the beginning at Johnny Cash. We've all heard me dig Johnny Cash, like they digs on Johnny Cash on podcasts before. If you listen to this podcast, you know my opinion on Johnny Cash, that none of you actually have bought an album. And I bet you half the cunts who are angry at me haven't bought an album or can name one. No one can name a Johnny Cash album, just the one about him being in prison and the T-shirt with him giving the finger. You're all a bunch of frauds. I'm doubling down, right? But they wrote to me They wrote to me with such fucking anger. And I was just writing back like, thank you. That's the response I wanted to have. Thank you. I wanted to push away from the news and just, but let's be angry about something trivial.
And then they're like, you're an edgelord, mate. You're an edgelord.
Yeah. And then they're like this. Yeah, you're right. It was good to be angry about something that wasn't the news. Right. But Jack was reading to me. There was like a country fucking Western fucking podcast or site. And everyone's like this on the country site. They're like this. I've heard of Johnny Cash. I haven't heard of Jim Jefferies. Yeah, you're on a fucking country Western forum, cunt. like that's not all things are equal.
You own a website called themaninblack.com.
And also, without a shadow of a doubt, I have never, ever said that I was more famous than Johnny Cash. Cash is king, and comedians are funny. No problems here. I got 30 plus LPs of the man in black, blah, blah, blah. Where's one where they're just angry at me? Here we go. Someone called me a Timu Steve Irwin. That's everyone's joke now. I have zero.
There's got to be more Australian.
I have zero Jim Jefferies t-shirts. That's my point, cunt. You have Johnny Cash t-shirts and not the fucking albums. That's my fucking point.
I think you're more of an Amazon Basics Paul Hogan.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I got more specific.
I'm way closer to Paul Hogan than I am to fucking Steve Irwin. No one's seen me pick up a cat. Like, let alone wrestle a fucking crocodile. And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, Timu fucking Jim Jefferies. That's I
think Timu has to be comedically referenced. That's out now. When I see a Timu reference, it's over. We've got to put that in the sin bin now.
Yeah. Timu is the Johnny Cash of jokes.
It's fucking hack, man. I've got a Timu reference in my line, and every night I say it, I'm like, I can't respect myself if I carry on here.
Just before Johnny Cash had Joaquin Phoenix impersonate him perfectly, where he sang the songs. They didn't need other people.
I'll disagree with you because I grew up loving Johnny Cash, but I didn't actually. I loved Joaquin Phoenix because my mum took me to Walk the Line, and she bought me the album, and I flogged that album. I loved it so much, and then I remember hearing the real Johnny Cash, and this isn't going to get me any fans, but I was like, bit gruff in the voice there.
Yeah.
Not as good as Joaquin.
So you're arguing that Joaquin Phoenix was better. And Joaquin Phoenix wasn't
he's not the same man. He's an actor playing it, but I actually liked the
He wasn't even the first choice. They were going to use Rusty. Russell Crowe was going to play Joaquin Phoenix playing Johnny Cash.
I can't believe you just got that out of me because I do like Johnny Cash, but I just love Joaquin, all right? So let me can I give you my version of that? I said it to you. I was walking home from the gigs, and I called you to have our pre-show meeting, which is usually just us bitching about our partners, and then not airing that. But I said to you, "Here's my Johnny Cash. What the fuck is a Santana, and what's going on there? Why does Australia put him in an arena? What does this guy do? He just shreds a couple of songs. He's a guitarist that appeared on
the Matchbox 20. You think now people are going to get upset with you if you say Carlos Santana? Is it Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos Santana.
Charlie Santa. If you tell me Charlie Santa's no good, people, we've just lost all the team.
Come on, get Jack on here. Jack, hum me a tune from Santana.
Or else forget about it.
Black Magic Woman.
Oh, yeah, it's a good song. It's like a black magic woman. But this is the thing is, I went to Oasis. Everyone was jumping up and down to cigarettes and alcohol. No one goes, Black Magic Woman. Oh, everyone will fucking...
Oh, God.
Black Magic Woman.
I can't believe I've started this podcast talking about bombing in front of 8 people, and I've had the audacity to attack a legend of the guitar. I'm lashing out like a cornered rat.
But this is the deal. If you ever do sell out an arena, people will be able to go, he used to bomb in. I don't understand why he's so big in Croatia. How did he get so big in Croatia, the cunt?
I'm so humiliated about tonight.
I'm looking forward to seeing you perform in Croatia because you're going to be like when our friend Jason performs in Canada. And he's just like this, oh, the Oilers aren't doing well next to the Canucks this year now, are they? You're going to be like this, Luka.
You guys watch Luka Modric's most recent interview for AC Milan, and they'll go, dude, do some dick jokes. Shut the fuck up. You're not Croatian. You've got a Croatian surname.
I'll tell you
when you love something too much, you're actually people aren't funny because you're trying to impress too much that you know stuff. You better be ignorant to be funny.
So I text you yesterday. This is a thing that you won't You'll
should be
remember.
so lucky.
It happened yesterday. I texted you yesterday. I like to, whenever I go down to the mall, if we go down the mall, we go down to eat there. There's a board game shop, and I always just buy a random board game to see if it'll be good. The most expensive one's like $50, and you get at least one night's out of entertainment out of it. It might be a banger, right?
Yeah.
So I saw a board game that I could not pass up. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, "Here's my money," right? Mm-hmm. And the board game's called Secret Hitler. Right? Secret Hitler. I haven't opened it. It's still in its plastic. It's downstairs. Yeah. Secret Hitler.
In my in-laws, there's no secret.
Yeah, this is the thing. So I sent it to another Hitler fan. When I say fan of his documentaries, not of his work. Not of his work. I'm a fan of Hitler for all the entertainment he's given me over the years.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I read Mein Kampf.
Hitler. I want to be very close about this. I don't support Hitler. I'm just a fan of his documentaries.
You like the Hitler universe that spawned off some other characters.
He's given me material. He's given me everything, Hitler. He's the gift that keeps on giving me. He's given me little tiny moustaches and stuff. I'm a big fan of Hitler.
If you think of the Hitler universe for entertainment, the documentaries, not just the documentaries, the Indiana Jones movies, you could say Star Wars in many ways.
I want to see Hitler in the multiverse. Right, where they do like a Marvel multiverse where we go jump through different timelines and we see Hitler as a successful painter, Hitler if he didn't start shagging his niece, those type of Hitlers. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, so there's a board game, Secret Hitler. I think it's a game like Traders. I've never played it. It looks like
it's like I think the original was like werewolf. Like someone's the werewolf.
Okay, well this one's called Secret Hitler, and you got to.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I've played this in Germany.
Jack, you're up to play Secret Hitler. Okay, so I bought the board game in a regular shop. A Secret Hitler, and I send you the photograph, and Amos replies back like this: "Me and my girlfriend's family play that game all the time." Now, we've mentioned this on the podcast before. Amos's father-in-law is basically if Augustus Gloop grew up. Right? Augustus! Yeah. I love that chocolate river. He would have been, right? He has an Augustus Gloop vibe about him.
All right. Yeah.
But super German. If he was wearing Lederhosen, you wouldn't go. And I've seen him in Lederhosen. If he was wearing Lederhosen, it doesn't look weird on him. It looks like it's well worn. It's not like it's a new outfit.
He's 6'9". He's got cherubby cheeks and a really red face and smokes cigars. And we do play Secret Hitler after we've had our after dinner mints.
That's what he plays with his German in-laws. His German in-laws. The shame that they should have for their nation. I'm sure they don't sell Secret Hitler in Germany. This is just a game they sell over here.
But I used to have a Cambodian girlfriend, and we played the Killing Fields board game, and I thought that was quite inappropriate. Where someone's Pol Pot, and you got to work out who it is.
Yeah, Pol Pot. Pol Pot.
If you get caught holding the glasses, you're out.
There's just a whole lot of pots, and you got to lift open the right lid.
I was thinking about Pol Pot the other day because I'm writing a lot of jokes about dictators.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know how Pol Pot, he killed everyone that wore the glasses because he thought they were intellectual.
I'm writing jokes about Bonnie Blue. Oh, dictators.
Dictators. Well, this is in the same area.
Okay.
So he kills people with glasses because he's
we have to mention Bonnie Blue once. It's in our contract.
It is in our contract. These intellectuals could ruin the revolution, you know? So we have to kill them. And now because of that, the Cambodians, I believe, have like 20/20 vision because they got rid of everyone who needed glasses.
Right.
And so I was thinking about, like, if I was Pol Pot and I was acting out on my worst traits, I'd probably kill every man with a big cock.
Really?
I wouldn't want to have the smallest cock in the land. I'd want the biggest. So everyone who has a bigger dick than me is killed.
So you have, but okay. So they'd either have to measure your dick to begin with, right?
Yeah, we have the official.
Or you'd have to be there on the killing sprees. Amos, come and stand next to him. Oh, it's close.
No, they have a.
But
all
no
the soldiers
cigar.
have
You're
a chart.
dead, son.
They have a chart. They have an official dick ruler, and if it's like a fishing thing, you know, when you throw back the fish, they pull the ruler out and they measure the cock and they go, "Sorry, mate, Gilly's not going to like this."
But here's the whole thing: it's like if you got a grower, not a shower, some people can slip under the neck, so they have to get erections before they kill you.
And it is hard for some people. It's very scary when there's a firing squad there.
So which brings us to I only want to just tell this one story because I want to tell a joke that my father once said to me, right? So Boy George about a month ago in an article talked about LGBTQA things, and he basically said, look, we should stop. We're all individuals. We shouldn't be put into groups, and I don't think that gender identity has actually helped anyone. And it's like, fucking, this is Boy George, right? When in the 80s, like I remember kids going to school for like a fancy dress party as Boy George. That was like a thing. You wear like the beat it and the hat and all that type of stuff.
Let's be honest. If he was coming out today, he'd be called They George.
They George, yeah. He would. Yeah, he'd be them. They George. But my dad said, he goes, I always liked that bloke who did the song "Come on a Chameleon."
Very hard. You don't know where they are.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you come on a chameleon. You see where I'm headed?
The cum starts moving around.
Yeah. Does it just become like a gelatinous blob of cum?
How did he get in there? And what was he doing in the area? How did he get into my car?
Yeah. So when you come on a chameleon, does that just look like whatever, fucking Bonnie Blue's left cheek? We have to mention it twice. It's part of the contract. It's part of the contract. On the contract, David, we don't mention it. We can't get the advert money.
We're on a 2-strike policy now, mate. I'm going to have to put you on the sin bin on Bonnie Blue. Get Bonnie Blued out. But again, it's all they talk about in the UK too. I have to say, because they've had that documentary, and it is crazy to watch. I didn't know. Did you know that the dad is out there getting men in pubs? Like, you want to shag me, daughter? He's an organizer. He's a spotter. He's a Ghislaine Maxwell for his own daughter. He finds the men to bring back. And he's like, yeah, well, wouldn't you if you were making $2 million a month?
Well, I knew a porn star back in the day, and she said, like, her dad was so proud. And he had framed covers of her DVDs on his wall. And it's like, the covers were pretty explicit covers. The back of the covers are not good. You know what I mean? It's like if I frame
that was that famous movie she was in, Come on a Chameleon.
Yeah, come on a chameleon. Yeah. You can't see him go. Where did he go? Oh.
Hey, you're holding up your end tonight?
Yeah, I'm trying my best. Get onto the
you know what's really funny is that Annika told me today, she was talking about our podcast, and she goes, remember when you guys were in a studio and you were trying to do like, oh, I'm conservative and I'm liberal, and you debated topics? She's like, and now you guys just sound high giggling about nonsense. And I go, yeah, we found our spot. We gave up on Crossfire a while ago.
Yeah, we used to do characters. We'll get back to the characters. When we get back together, it'll be a different podcast. But look, the podcast should be called Common Ground, because you are right wing and I am left wing, but we can all agree on a come a chameleon joke. And you're going to tell me about a story about cops I'm going to do this story in a second. But actually, I was working on this new bit. Tell me, this is actually going pretty well. I go, I'm somewhat conservative, I guess. And there's a lot of guys my age on the internet who are like, we have to save Western civilization. But they also think the opera is gay and they've never read Shakespeare. So it's like, what are we saving is the bit that I say. And it's like most young dudes who are conservative, to be honest, they just want to say retard and faggot. Like that's the whole, that's their whole movement. That's my problem with it. Because as an edgy comic, right, my problem's always been the fact that you don't have to say those words to be edgy. You don't have to, you can be edgy.
You want to hear the punchline? Here's the punchline. I say, guys, if we're defending Western civilization and we want to be offensive, why can't you be a bit more educated? You should say, like, if you want to talk at a gay guy, you just say, shall I compare thee to a bundle of sticks? And that's exactly the response that I get.
Yeah, that's quite funny. Shall I compare these to a bundle?
The English love that, eh? They just love a little, like, quip. Yeah. Very clever. The boy from the island, his brain works.
I love it. It's one of those laughs. I understood it.
That's all it is like, yes, it's crosswords.
You didn't get it, did you?
Actually, should we bring up before
when you're saying? Okay, I'm just thinking about saving case. So my friend sings in the opera. I studied opera singing at university and musical theatre. So my friend sings opera. It's all government funded. They can't really make any money. If you work in that art form, it's government funded. When do we say, nah, no more on these things? When do these things die? I don't think they should. I think we should preserve culture. But let's go forward 400 years, right? Let's go 400 years into the future. Is there someone that's like, we have to preserve the VR porn? It's what they were watching.
Go on, say Bonnie Blue. Take it. Go on. Get the time
He was
out.
the Mozart of cum.
There it is.
I never said it. You brought it up.
Get your trifecta, folks. Yeah, I think the opera.
That's
How long does the opera?
4 times now? 4 times. You
How
mentioned
long does the opera have without financial remuneration from an actual audience?
Like who really wants to listen to Wagner's Ring Cycle?
Well, my family while we play Secret Hitler.
Yeah. I know you have it on the background while you're playing Secret Hitler. We're not animals.
Yeah.
But like, you know, because you've got like Puccini. Puccini makes operas that were the hits, Turandot and stuff like that, Nessa Dorma, all this stuff, the ones you want to hear. But then, you know, Mozart with the magic flute and all that stuff you like, songs you like, right? But then the other cunts, I don't want to listen to Puccini, not Puccini, Purcell or whatever, who did Dido and Aeneas, the first English-speaking fucking opera. This is junk. Yeah, it's crap. But we still keep playing it because, well, historically, we shouldn't let this thing die. But we let modern music, that shit, die.
But I'm saying maybe we'll just have, like, recordings of it that you'll be preserved, like in a...
We have recordings of all those operas. They have to be performed live so that the art form still continues. We still teach people to sing it at university. So in 400 years, we're like, no, you got to listen to Definitely Maybe. It's an important album. Right, it's an important album, and it needs to be performed. There'll just be some guy who'll just be like, "All right, I fucking studied at music college to be able to do this. All right, come on, you put your hands behind your back and you tilt your head up like fucking this. This is what the arts used to be like."
I don't think we'll be around in 400 years, mate. To be honest,
no, we're not. But the music will.
I mean the species.
The species.
I don't think.
I thought that you were surprised that me and you wouldn't be around.
No, I don't think robot. Well, I said to you on the walk in as well, like I want to be a robot, but at the same time, is there any value to society upload my consciousness to a robot?
Well, that's another thing. So I've been a lot of amputees have been reaching out to me this week since the special came out, and I respond to them. You know, if
what do they say to you? Fuck you! I like Johnny Cash.
The person who runs my social media tells me if these messages get through. Certain messages get through, and there's certain messages I do read, certain messages I don't. So yeah. So for the most part, I've been. What I've been getting is a lot of disabled people that are just like this. Do I qualify? Right. And it's always just a cunt with a wonky eye and he's missing 3 fingers. And I'm
you
like,
should explain to people who haven't
close.
seen the special. It's like you have to have 2 fucked up limbs.
No, I know, but people try to push their luck. But I'm going to put it out here now. If you're okay, 2 limbs, I'll give you a photo, right? And you can come and meet me after any show, and you hit me up. And if I'm even in your area, I'll come and take a photo with you if you're missing 2 limbs, right? But I've decided moving forward, 4 limbs, free tickets. Yeah. You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned out by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why I made the switch to Mint Mobile.
I do have Mint. Now, let me tell you, I got a free offer through my girlfriend's work. And I stayed on the offer because I'm paying absolutely nothing. My Verizon, Jim. In fact, I've been using my Verizon here, and it's costing me an absolute fortune, like hundreds of dollars of my overage fees. So Mint Mobile is the best choice you can get. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plan and say no more to these jaw-dropping bills. When was the last time you had bill shock?
Oh, not since I've joined Mint. Any plans come with high-speed data. I thought my data was going to drop. It's actually gotten better with unlimited talk and text. It's unlimited. You know what that means? You can talk and text as much as you want delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint plan and bring your own phone number over. Don't think that you're going to have to lose your old phone number. You're going to keep all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get a 3-month of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for just $15 a month.
And it's always very good to support a business like Ryan Reynolds. He needs this.
Yes.
Right. This is Ryan Reynolds' company. So, you know, he's a good man and he needs the money. So please switch over to mintmobile.com/ATM. It's seriously a good deal. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent of $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigs on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
$15 a month. You can't beat $15 a month. Go out there and try. You can't.
4 limbs, free tickets.
Four limbs, free tickets.
I mean, sorry, 4 limbs is...
Look.
Well, you can't give them a seat. They can't sit in a seat. They're going to need like a
Of course they
hammock.
can have a seat. They still have an ass, you idiot. They still have an ass. They still have an ass and like a little bit of limb coming off the ass. You think these cunts are just heads?
Yeah, that's what he made it sound like.
No.
So the torsos.
They've still got bodies. They've still got torsos.
What do you know? Just like this is me.
And also, they'll be in a chair themselves.
Like,
they can wheel up into the disabled bit. But quads moving
I've
forward.
got a question for you quickly. What's the smallest?
I try to do something nice, and you make it seem horrible.
Well, no, listen. You're very kind to the disabled. We get it. I'm a monster, but I just want to know what's the smallest body mass to have ever lived.
At the moment, the last show you did would have been free tickets for able-bodied people.
If you imagine if a disabled person had to go and watch me struggle in there, life's hard enough.
Yeah.
To sit through that.
The problem with the people with 4 arms, they're not good at applauding. So that's you don't want too many of them. You want a nice balance in the room. But yeah.
But how much body can you have amputated before like? So what's a necessity? You need a brain.
You need a brain. You need a heart. You need lungs.
A heart. Yep.
You need colons and stuff like that. You need an asshole.
No, because you don't need an asshole because you can have a shit bag. You can have a colostomy bag.
Yeah, but you still need to have a fucking asshole to get the colostomy bag. Like you still need a colon.
No.
You think it just becomes shit out here? It has to go through your intestines to become shit. It doesn't just land in your stomach and become shit. It's like you think you could just cut off the stomach and the food could just fall through, could it?
I shagged a woman with a colostomy bag once, and it popped.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have brought your colostomy bag with you.
Did I ever tell you? I shouldn't probably say this. This is a private story. But I'm not going to out the person.
And that
but
might be.
I was
not going to out the person. I think they know who it is. You don't think she's sitting at home right now going, "Oh, maybe he shags multiple women with colostomy bags."
So let's get some news going. And obviously, Jimmy.
What's happening at this moment?
What's happening at this moment? There's a few stories.
Pass the bag.
I'm going to do some speed stories, and then I want to focus on a couple of others. So here's a quick fun one from the United States. If we go a whip around the world, a Philadelphia man was awarded $4 million after he was wrongfully jailed for 24 years.
As he should. They should give him more. But anyway.
Yep, $4 million for 24 years for murder. However, he is back in prison this week after he killed another man quite recently over a $1,200 drug debt. So... he might be like Brooks from Shawshank Redemption. And does he get to keep his normal $4 million? And does he get to use that in the commissary at the police? He was like, the amount of fucking cigarettes I'll go back and live like a king. He's like, $4 million doesn't get you much out here in the bloody Philadelphia anymore. I'll go back.
Yeah.
All your mates are in there.
Oh, yeah. No, but, and that's a good question. Do you get to go back to the same prison? Or do they put you in a new prison?
I don't know if the judge takes kindly to that in a murder trial where you go, oh, how many years? 10? Now, how about cell block C46?
Yeah. Is the bottom bunk in Macca's room still open?
You're putting in request. How do you plead? I plead excited as fuck to get back into block B.
Who am I sharing it with? Shanky Steve? He's all right. All right then.
Because you'd be coming in and you know what you're going to do. You know, you've been there before.
Yeah, you go in there.
Because 24 years, legitimately, $4 million's not enough.
I'd wear a butt plug to be ready to go.
How do you work out $4 million from 24 years? What do they do? Average salary?
I think they do. You get like $200,000 a year or something like that. Is how they work it out. It's something like that. They give you not just an average salary, they give you a good salary. But
he probably thought he had double jeopardy.
There was this woman in Australia who killed her 4 kids or whatever. They gave her 1.3 million Turns out she didn't kill her kids. She was convicted of killing her children. They had a very rare disorder. So they put her in prison. She was in prison for a very long time, 20 years. They give her 1.3 million in Australian, so 1 million American. You can't buy a fucking house for that. You can't buy a house. You got to at least give a cunt a fucking house and an income.
But Jim, you're telling me the Australian government isn't looking after people that have been fucked over in their duty of care?
It turns out. I was talking on Theo Vaughan's podcast the other day about this, about my nephew, and I'm filthy with the Australian government. They fucked over my family completely, and I don't want to get into it again because I've spoken on enough radio and stuff like that. But it's fucking really bloody annoying. And
I regret bringing that up now. I've really taken the ball out of the air for the banter. So the banter bus just hit the brakes.
So how did you go straight from a colostomy bag of shit to my nephew dying as a hero? Yeah, fucking.
That's me. Everyone knows that I know where the banter bus brakes are every time, baby.
All right,
I'm one of the great handbrakes.
So
that's that story. Here's another story. This is from Australia, and then I'm going to end on my favourite one from the UK. Tell me what you think about this. Now, I go for the Adelaide Crows in the Australian Football League, and we're top of the ladder. We've been shit for a while. Last time we made an Australian version of the Super Bowl was 2017. We got blown off the park. I was there. It was one of the worst days of my life because the Killers was the halftime entertainment, one of my favourite bands. So I now associate that band with my team getting smacked. However, we go into the finals campaign absolute favourites, but our star player, Isaac Rein will not play.
Is the finals happening now?
It starts now, yeah. They're in the last round.
Okay.
So the grand final for people not playing along at home is the end of September. Last weekend of September is when we have our big Super Bowl. And Isaac Rein is one of the star players of our team. He will not take part any further. He's been ruled out, it would seem, for at least 4 weeks because he called another player on the pitch a fag.
Okay. All right. So
Australia's having a big debate about this because they're like, you can punch someone in the head and get 3.
Okay. Okay. I've always thought this is weird about sport. Is sport's the only, because it is an occupation. They're entertainers. It is an occupation. It's the only occupation where you can punch someone in the face in your workplace and they go, you go sit over there for 5 minutes and think about what you've done. Right?
Although I think people would probably like their jobs more if they were allowed that. If there was a
no. I'm just saying.
At KPMG, you go, look, I'll go to the sin bin, but he had it fucking coming. He's been talking shit
people aren't going to like my opinion on this. I agree. You can't do derogatory slurs. We all know you can't do them. There has to be a line in the sand somewhere. If he called someone the N-word, would we be having the same thing?
Hold on.
The F word to the gay community.
Let me give you all the facts.
Was the guy gay?
He was not gay, but he did paint his nails. So hold on. Now we've got the facts.
Oh no! I don't like them at all. A heterosexual bloke who paints his nails, were they painted black or anything? He's one of those douches.
I don't know how they were painted, but that's what all the fans of the team I support are saying. Well, what's he painting his nails for?
Yeah, no,
he was asking for it.
I'm with. Geez, this has made it difficult. The nails have really thrown a spanner in the works.
Okay, but let me tell you about the big debate. I'll tell you about the big debate.
I feel like the word. If you put the word "got" on the end, that makes the word worse for some reason.
Okay, well, I don't know whether he said that.
In fact, said the cigarette, not the full thing. If he said the full thing, and did he put the word "fucking" in front of it?
Nah, listen. They don't say what it said. It could have been poofter. It could have been bumroder.
Poofter, I'm all right with. If you said poofter, I'm okay with it because every time I've met an American gay bloke, I've got a lot of gay friends, right? Every time they always find that word hilarious. That poofter. We use it, poofter. Yeah, they find they find very funny. When we were a kid, the big joke was, how does a gay magician disappear? Poof. Funny stuff.
So let me add the final dynamic to this.
I don't think you should. Look, call me off. Look, we have to have. If you're a young gay person and you're watching sport, it's already hard enough. And I have a few friends. My friend
What's hard enough? You're cock from watching those beautiful bodies. Come on,
My friend Todd's a big sports guy, and he's gay, right? And I think when he was a young man growing up, if he was to hear someone call another player fag, I think that would, man. And I know that like I've never signed up to be a role model. The kids watch them. Kids watch them. They're entertainers. They're entertainers. They're on our TV for children to enjoy and to emulate and to look up to, right?
Yeah, it is just funny that like we now live in, because like forever I played football, homophobic slurs were part and parcel of the game.
Yeah, but
let me get my point out.
What we do for entertainment is adult entertainment, right? That's a separate thing. Yeah. Adult entertainment. We're allowed to be a bit dodgy, a bit off color, and that type of stuff. You go into it watching this. These blokes are meant to kick balls through fucking sticks.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying something.
With no nail polish on.
Yeah. Look, don't get me started on that. I bet
what I was saying was a
streak of colour in his fucking hair as well, bloody hell.
White boots.
Not my Australia.
When we were kids, you used to watch the game and it'd be like, they'd have the ins and outs for the week, who was playing, and it'd be
the ins and outs, that's another derogatory slur we call it. All right.
Who's out this week? Well, he was in, then he was out, then he was out, then he was in, then I pointed it out, now I'm out.
Yeah, you got a few behinds.
He is going to be ruled out, and they'll say things like shoulder, hip, rough conduct, and now we have a tribunal that goes out slur. And it does show where the game has gone, because this was... Now this is where the argument is coming in from the general public. And I just wanted to field it to you so I can report on what's happening at home.
Yeah, but the thing about
people are defending him.
Those Aboriginal players that went through the tunnel and people were saying just shit at Collingwood and stuff to them, like really fucking heinous crap. It's all the same. It's derogatory slurs against people for what they are. Now, it's tough because the guy wasn't actually gay, but Ian Roberts played for Manly, second row, one of the greatest second rowers ever, played for Australia. You'd put him in the top 50 Australian rugby league players of all time. Gay as the day is long, hard as fucking nails. I was at the game when he beat the living shit out of Gary Jack because he had a bit of blood in his head and he went in for a fucking scrum and someone went, I don't want to fucking go in with that cunt. I'll get fucking AIDS. And so he beat the living shit out of the cunt. 50 grand, which doesn't sound like it much, but when you know that they only get paid about 200 grand a season back in the day, that was a lot of fucking money, right?
So Isaac is Indigenous.
Okay. Oh, the guy who said it's Indigenous?
Yeah, the guy that said it's Indigenous.
Oh, that changes everything. Okay, so an Aboriginal fella's called someone the F word. Oh, this is too layered. I don't know. No,
I've got one more layer.
Now you've got me in a woke vortex. I'm falling.
I've got one more. There's two more layers. Another Indigenous guy early in the year only got given 1 week and he threatened to kill someone in the car park. So people said, a verbal threat of I'll kill you, I'll track you down, I know where you live.
Yes.
That's 1 week. Yes. Calling someone the F word is going to be 4 to 6 weeks. Punching someone in the head is like 2 weeks. Yeah. So the grading system's funny. And then this is the best bit of it all. The same time this guy's being punished where he won't be able to play in the Super Bowl of Australian football, Snoop Dogg has been announced as the halftime entertainment, and now all the people who support Isaac are going, let's go through Snoop Dogg's lyrics. What does he have to say about the gays?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so the CEO of the AFL has just gone, we don't accept that word at all, but we are paying this guy a couple of million to say it into the loudspeakers.
Can someone see if Queen's available? Get me that Adam Lambert, pronto.
And if you're the CEO of the football club, you've got to be like, I don't fucking know, mate. Indigenous guy says the F word to a non-gay guy who's got his nails polished. He's been through racism in his life. Snoop Dogg singing the F word. Oh, it's very hard to be an executive in today's world.
Who heard it? Was it heard on the camera? Did the player complain?
I think the umpire might have heard, but I don't know.
And bloody they get everything wrong.
So you can tell that Australia is having it's going to be a big debate week about
just saying, I called him a flog. That's what I call him. I called him a flog. It wasn't the other one. Yeah.
Okay, next story.
That's a difficult one.
Next story. We're going to move on to the next one. And this one comes out of the UK, and I've got some audio for this. Look at me. And I think I've even worked out now how to play audio. So for the best part of the last few years, Britain has become quite Orwellian with the rules. You know, people have been...
Cameras everywhere. More cameras in society. You're not getting anywhere without being filmed, which is kind of cool. The place feels super safe.
But not pretty safe at 1984. But yeah,
but not cool if you're a criminal. It must be difficult times.
Also, some people have gone to prison for Facebook statuses, even if they're posting horrendous things. I still don't.
Well,
think
I
you go to
can't
jail
speak
for
on that.
speech.
I don't know if that's
But
happened.
here we go.
Look, mate. Oasis were told by the Trump administration that if they get on stage and fucking mention Trump, they'll be kicked out of the fucking country. So let's not act like we're all fucking freedom of speechy over here either. It's a load of bullshit. Carry on.
Okay,
Fucking, you got fucking orange hair, man. He looks like a fucking Cheeto. Out of the country.
The British police are trying to crack down on wolf whistling and sexual harassment to women while they exercise, and this is the new program explained.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences or more serious behaviours.
I will say I've never wolf whistled a woman in my life. I'm just not a good wolf whistler. And yeah. But look, I remember I had a girlfriend many years ago that when we were walking down the street and some blokes yelled out, "All right," something like that. She had a spring in her step. Now, I'm not saying that all women enjoy it because, of course, they don't. You don't want to be harassed. You're just trying to have a jog, all that type of stuff. They've put them in Lululemon yoga pants, which are the greatest invention to mankind. Can we give it up for the top 5 inventions in the world throughout history? Television, airplane, internet, the thing that made the Guinness beer foamy in the can, and Lululemon pants, right? They're your top 5 for humanity. That's where we really kick goals there. But they're sending. So first of all, they said it wasn't illegal. So does that mean
they're going to basically give people a good talking to and a warning?
Yeah, that means they go. Do you think you think Lizzie here enjoyed that? She didn't.
I was just remarking how she got lovely legs. I seen her running and I said, "You're a pretty little love, aren't you?"
He said, "Nice legs on you, love. Nice legs on you." And here's the thing:
well, did you know that means that you're likely to rape?
Okay, but also
you're on a list now.
We all know that there's one girl who's getting a lot more people arrested than others.
Oh, right? There's definitely one chick down at the station who's like, "Boss, can I be involved in the undercover sting where I go for a run and men have to wolf whistle me?" And they go, "Tanya, we're going to put you back on your old beat. You don't have it."
Yeah. Sally with her ponytail flipping back and forth, side to side. She seems to be getting a lot of a lot of people. She's making a lot of arrests. And then you come back. There'd be female police officers that would be trying to break each other's records. I got wolf whistled 46 times on my shift. How many of you? Definitely looks. It was definitely looks.
They're like this. Our neighbourhood's very lovely, actually. I was out of breath the whole time. People offered me water.
Yeah, I've been running around the block the whole time. I even tried to run into Greg's to see if any of the boys in Greg's, and I'd pick up a fucking pasty, and I came out and still nothing in me Lululemons.
Dude, that is so funny that there's women currently trying to get in shape to be involved in that SWAT team.
Oh, yeah, because
it's like, this is my year.
Because getting wolf whistled when you have a cop car following behind you that's going to arrest people, that's a compliment all day. There's no danger there. You're having a wonderful jog. You go, I'll go over there. All right, there's a construction site. I'll run around that a few times. Or how about the blokes standing at the front of the women's shelter? Yeah, we'll run past them. They might be up for it.
Could you imagine how many resources would be required if the police chief of Rome in Italy decided to do this?
You'd have to have them walking by in Hessian sacks.
Like, even New York. Imagine New York police fucking with this. And by the way, I don't want to...
What town are they doing it in?
This was Surrey. But the British
Sorry.
police...
No, you get some nice looking birds in Surrey.
the British police kind of allowed a Pakistani grooming gang to molest thousands of girls in Rotherham.
Yeah.
And now they're like, to make up for that, we're going to arrest people who wolf whistle from a building site. That's your answer to that, is it? The Pakistani rape gangs, and you go. But I tell you what, if anyone honks their horn,
I tell you what, and none of this would have happened if they didn't do Brexit. If they just kept the Polish builders, they never whistled. You never heard of Polish. Hey, my friend, they just started selling more yoga pants.
Extra stretch, very good, top quality.
Oh, is this what you got? I don't know. It looks like a tight yoga pant, but maybe you eat more food, you get bigger, you want bigger pants, you might need something else. I don't know.
But also, like, that is such a honeypot situation. So, like, okay, when they say beat the horn, can I tell you what I do sometimes? Men and women.
Yeah.
And this is because I'm revealing myself to be quite a cunt here, but I'm a cyclist. I like to cycle.
Yeah.
So when you go up
imagine how big you'd be without it. Unbelievable.
I need it in my life. And I go up the hills. And so I'm one of those people that's like wobbling as I go up a mountain and I'm holding up traffic behind me. Yeah. But when you've been a cyclist, when I see man or woman riding up a hill, I give them a beep. It's a supportive beep. Beep, 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 beep. And I maybe wind out the window. And I go, bom, 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 bom. Ale, ale, ale. I'm like, get up there. I love seeing people exercising, particularly when I'm a big fat fuck. I'm like, well done, mate. But if I exercise, so if I watch someone exercise and I beat my horn, they'll be like, that's a sex crime.
You know what? You know what you should do to counteract this? If you're part of the British public and you think you might get caught, if you see a woman going by in yoga pants that you think might be a cop, just put your head out the window and go, I wouldn't fuck it.
Not my type, love. Not my type.
Can't get in trouble. Yeah, I like a bigger girl.
Yuck! Ugh, boys.
Check your yoga pants. Look like you might have shit yourself.
Keep going, love. You're not ready yet. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm not a woman, but I know my girlfriend loves to get a few little...
What bird calls?
Yeah, she loves it.
She likes the idea of a finch standing on her shoulder.
She loves a willy wag.
Next time I see Annika, I'm going to go like this. Want to play Secret Hitler?
That is my mating call, so don't cuck me out. But so this is what I would describe as, this is a honeypot scheme.
Yeah, of course.
And what's the male police equivalent of that? I was thinking you could get like a man and dress him up in a Rolex and nice jewelry.
Wait a minute. Do lesbians get in trouble as well?
Well, they bloody better will be.
Yeah. If there's a woman with half a fringe and she goes out the thing, goes, all right, you're jogging along good, love, like that, does she still get pulled up? We don't need this type of activity going on in our town. You come over here, you don't bloody treat women this way.
What I was saying about the male equivalent, what would male officers try and like weed out, right? So you dress like you're rich and you send them to bars and you see the gold diggers come out.
Yeah.
And you go, we've been watching you.
We've all given them all fake Rolex and cravat. Fake Rolex and cravat, and they go in there and we see if these women, want to do it. And then just have a fake I've won the lotto party.
And all these slags
give me one of those big checks to walk into the bar.
You go, it isn't criminal, but we're just putting you on a watch list as a woman that might take half of a man's shit who you don't really love. Not a crime, but just know we're watching you, you slag. On your way.
Also, I'd like to go in just a pair of hot pants into a gay club and then just arrest all of them. The most complimentary of all the bars.
Yeah, so there's another one of these stories that I want to end on that's about honeypotting. Now, tell me what you think of this story. This sends shivers down the spines of men in relationships everywhere. Yeah. There is a new trend, this woman says, to the New York Post. So obviously the New York Times turned this down, but the old Post was right on it. It's more at my IQ level.
I didn't know they were different.
So this is the story. Let's get Jim's reaction to this. Move over, private detectives. Lana Madison's the real-life honey trap taking cheating boyfriends down one flirty emoji at a time.
First of all, Lana Madison is a porn name that we never got. That's a great porn name. It's, okay, Lana Madison. Okay.
The influencer, 29, who's 150,000K online funded curves turn heads, is now cashing in by helping her fellow sisters catch cheating boyfriends. With 76,000 followers across social media, she's become a go-to for girlfriends who want seats. So women go up to this hot piece of ass and they say, hey, can you slide into my boyfriend's DMs?
I've had this done to me many, many years ago. I had a girlfriend try to do this to me many, many years ago. Yes. Yeah,
and so this broad slides in and tries to get some sexting going and a bit of flirtation and then screenshots it all and then presents a file back to the wife and gives the evidence for them so that they can get the divorce right then and there. Now, what do you reckon she charges for this service?
Oh, it would be the goodness of her heart, would it?
It's for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah,
and $5,000.
It just a Spice Girls album and some girl power. What, I don't know.
She goes
5,000. Did you say 5,000?
5,000 a pop is what she's charging.
What? Just I'll go in there and bloody put on a fake profile. What do you mean?
But this is the thing. It's like you don't need to. I've got friends' dads who have accidentally responded to Facebook clear bots called a letter big slut 63 and go, hello, honey. And these old blokes are going, what's your name, sweetie?
No. You can get my AI has gotten my dad several times. You can't. Only charges $3,000.
Your dad's like, I met a lovely woman called Jane X4643662149.
What about because we talked about this. I have an elderly relative who thinks she talks to Johnny Depp. Right. Yeah, she thinks she talks to Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp is in Australia and he can't get his American money out, so she sends him Coles vouchers all the time. Because Johnny Depp's always like, I've gone grocery shopping and I can't buy it. Now Coles is the equivalent of Ralph's or not. Whole Foods or whatever.
Sorry, I need a bit of Milo.
Yeah.
You can chuck me some money for some Milo and some dog food for Pistol and Boo.
Yeah. And so she sends him Coles vouchers. I like it because the guy's not ripping her off really badly. It's just a mild rip. And also she's getting value for money out of it because Johnny Depp chats to her all day and then gets like $20. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's it's as good as life's getting. Like, don't dispel that belief.
Yeah, I can't tell her. You keep chatting to the Depp.
And
she's 90. She's 90. She's in a 90. So if she fucking thinks that Johnny Depp's chatting to her, have fun.
Do you think women could hire you to slide into their husbands? Husbands could hire you to slide into their wives' DMs?
I don't think I'm popular with women in any way.
How much? Let's advertise your services and see if we get anything.
Have you watched my comedy? I don't think that there's not a lot of women who fancy me. As a celebrity, I'm not a desirable celebrity. My wife somehow likes me. I'm very lucky.
Can you please do me a favor right now? Go on your Instagram.
Yeah. I haven't got my phone on me.
I want you to go into your insights and tell me the breakdown of male to female followers.
Oh, I can tell you, 23% female. I know this already. This is no problem.
23%.
Yeah. It's a circle like this, and it's all blue with a little quarter of pink over here.
And what's crazy about that is you've only started posting bullshit about the fucking Bachelor in the last 3 years, so those women are new. They weren't there before.
Oh no. These are you can't slip into my DMs. The computer will push you away. You've gone to the wrong site.
So let's talk this out. I reach out to you and I go, Jim.
Yes.
I want to know if Miguel is legit.
And
when it comes to it, I know she's a big comedy fan.
Yeah.
So if I give you $2,000,
yeah, I'll fuck her.
Can you get into her DMs? No. Can you invite her to a show?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, she's already coming to a show. She's missing an arm and a leg. So when she's back there...
Buddy Jim Jefferies show, they cost you an arm and a leg.
When she's back there, can you say, you want to come back to my hotel room and then find out whether she says yes or no? Would you do that for a man? Would you help a brother out? and test it. Because I see a lot of these videos in the internet where guys do that, pickup artists.
Yeah, I think I would. I would because, it's nice to be able to flirt for free and to know that someone might want to fuck you. So it would do wonders for me and wonders for him. And
and then you have to explain it to your
very
wife.
Exact. It would have to be very exact. I would have to know completely. But actually, no. You know what? Nah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Would you do it?
Would I do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
there used to be.
What do you mean? Will I do that? I can't make rent.
There used to be a female.
If these feet were attractive, they'd be on the net.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we had this. What we do is right. We start up OnlyFans of just our feet and see who can make more money because my feet are pretty supple. Although this foot here has a mole on it, which the doctors want to cut out.
Dude, how do you even get a mole on you fucking albino? How did you had 1 hour on the beach once putting your feet up and you got cancer?
Yeah, that's on that foot. The mole on that foot, you can see a scar there where that one's been cut out. See the scar there? There was a mole on that one. I used to have two. I think it's because I was Jesus.
If we had a contest to see who could make more money from the feet, let me tell you, you'd win. Have you seen? My toes are missing. I've got 2 toes, not missing, but the nails are gone. It's rancid. I now wear. This is not a joke. I wear the closed off Birk, the clog. I used to have Birkenstocks open, and I've gone to closed off out of respect to my fellow man.
I got a hairy big toe. I can plait that cunt, man.
Well, it's fair to say, folks, that we've trailed off here and the news segment of the show has come to an end. Also, Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump met. And that is what's making... Oh, God, that's foul. I can't do that, man. Cancel that bit. Oh, it's an alfalfa. Please. It really upsets me.
Good night, Australia.